Welcome to our Winter Bike Expo, and it's a virtual Winter Bike Expo. I'm here in the fatbike.com dungeon here, and we have with us Amy Evans, and she's a global line manager for Gore. Welcome to the Gore trade show booth, virtual trade show booth.
Amazing, thank you. I'm doing great.
So I have a question. I've been wearing Gore for the last couple of seasons, and I just kind of like to know the difference between what Gore-Tex is, what Gore-Tex Infinium is, and I haven't even worn this yet, but what either Shack Dry, which is I'm hoping is named after Shaquille O'Neal, or is it Shake Dry or is it Shack Dry?
It's Shake Dry. So yeah, I'll take you through it. That's the $1 million question, right? So let's start with the base, and even the base for Gore is amazing, and that would be the Gore-Tex Infinium. So this is our material profile that we have. That is, if you don't need the most waterproofness, if that's not the end goal. So for Gore-Tex Infinium, we have more of a system, a bunch of different ingredients versus one specific fabric. So you might have heard of Windstopper in the past. You know, there's definitely different types of Infinium, but ideally it is completely windproof, definitely water repellent, and usually has a little stretch or something else. So the idea is you need to have the intersection of comfort meeting functionality without the complete 2000% waterproofness. So that's where we start with Gore-Tex Infinium. That's what you would pretty much use 3 seasons a year, I would say. When it comes to actual Gore-Tex, that is like the mothership of this whole thing. That is the extreme waterproofness. If you see something that says Gore-Tex, you will not get wet, and you also will not sweat out. So the membrane allows for rain to hit, but not enter in, but it's so breathable that it lets you evaporate moisture as you sweat. So a really cool dual system we have there. Then comes, not Shack Dry, though I love the Shaquille O'Neal reference, Shake Dry. And why is that? You can literally shake off the water. It's like Gore-Tex, but on steroids. It's the most lightweight, packable, thin membrane that we have that's extremely, extremely waterproof and breathable at the same time. So you'll see Shake Dry in some of our more race styles for cycling, road jackets, same for running. A little bit higher price point, but you can ball it up, throw it in your back pocket, and still have the ultimate protection you need.
Right on. And Infinium, I found, it keeps me cool. I never get hot. I never get super warm, but it keeps me in this perfect spot of comfort, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, with Infinium as well, it's again how our laminates work. So it's completely windproof, but as you know, for high aerobic sports, you need the windproof as you're going downhill, but definitely not when you're going uphill. So you're able to have that breathability, that moisture wicking function, but still the protection when you need it. So super cool technology.
Right on. I know that you have some garments. Wouldn't be a virtual trade show booth without a little show and tell. You want to take
right? Exactly. So reporting live here from Germany.
Germany, right on.
Yeah, we're here south of Munich. So yep. So yeah, let me take you through. I have some men's products here, but I'll speak on the women's side as well. Main reason I'm showing men's is it's updated for this season, so some new cuts and colors. But when I think of fat biking or even just winter riding in general, the question is, I need to stay warm. Like, yes, I need to stay dry, but honestly, I really need to stay warm. So our C5 collection that we have for cycling is fantastic, and it's perfect for any type of terrain that you're tackling. So I'm a big fan of thinking of cycling as what's the most important piece, and it's literally what you're connected to on the bike. So let's start with the bibs.
Okay.
What we have here are the C5 thermo bib. Believe you did a review on these bad boys, but absolutely love these. We'll start with just the comfort and the straps. Of course, easy, nice stretch. But then the material itself, it's a DWR thermo material. So it's not a Gore-Tex material. It's not Infinium as far as the main material goes, but it is water repellent. It's so water repellent There you go, not a drop. So the idea with these is we don't want to overbuild something because the problem that you can run into with too much protection is you lose the comfort. So being able to find that nice brush thermo material to keep you comfortable and warm with enough for the movement that you need on the bike, and then adding the PFC-free DWR on the outside, which makes it water repellent, is exactly what you need for the most part. But I'm sure men and women alike know what happens when you hit a puddle, what happens when it's nasty outside. And it's called road spray, and it's nasty, and we don't like it. So what we have is a windstopper technology that's actually in the undercarriage of the bib short, actually integrated into the pad. So as you have spray coming up, you're not going to get soaked. It's going to repel, but then also as you sweat, you're going to have a lot of that nice moisture wicking, pulling away breathability. But if you're going downhill and your bibs might be wet on the outside, you have that windstopper protection in the cup on the front. So it's a little bit different on the men's and women's side. But just as an example, we have a pad here. So we actually build it into the pad with the windstopper panel. So really, really important, because as we're all compressed in and doing high aerobic with the bad conditions, you want to make sure that you're keeping the climate inside the bib nice and cozy, and the outside as being repellent. So that's one, that's what we connect to the bike with, right? Moving up the body, we're going to go to the C5 thermo jersey. And this one sounds like exactly what it is. It's thermo. There's no windstopper, there's no Gore-Tex to it. This is a super versatile piece that you can wear, I wouldn't say year round, you don't need this in summer, but definitely one that you can add to if you need to, but then wear on its own. So great as a single layer, but could definitely be used underneath a shake dry jacket as an example, adding a base layer to kind of build the system based on your circumstance for the day. Super, super cozy brushed thermo inside. We have the functionality, of course, with 3 pockets, all the standards you would look for in a jersey like this. So if you do wear it on the outside as a single standalone piece, you have the functionality there. When it comes to fat biking, I know one thing is, man, these look really roady. Like, do we really want to wear some of this stuff? And what we want to make sure that we do with our pieces is, yes, it's a little aero fit, it's a little tight fitting, but you don't want that extra flapping, you don't want that extra weight, and you also don't want cold air coming in. So you're going to find a lot of tightness definitely around the cuffs, up in the collar, and then stretch panels along the bottom, because once that cold air comes in, you completely lose the benefit of a lot of the technologies we have. Then you're thinking, okay, Ames, great. So we have the thermo jersey, we can add a jacket on top, we could put something underneath, got it. What if I just want the all-in-one, like, let's go out and ride, no nonsense? So here we have the C5 thermo jacket. This is when the Gore-Tex technology comes in with our Infinium. So this is completely water repellent. Do I need to throw water on again? Completely water repellent, but definitely windproof, which is super important here. If you need that waterproofness, I would still say you can throw something on top. It's thin enough to do that. But we have this cozy brush on the inside. Not sure if you can actually see. It's like a high pile coziness. So you have all of that complete thermo protection around the core. A little bit less in the sleeves where you don't need it quite as much. Definitely tight around the cuffs, and again, up around the collar. There's a double collar construction to really keep it nice and close, again, so air doesn't come in. And then again, that extra windproof factor. So if you have, a lot of hills that you know that you're going to be tackling and you don't want to throw something on just to go downhill, this will be perfect. If you know there's going to be some spitting rain, maybe a little snow or sleet, perfectly water repellent for that. If it's going to be a downpour, I'd throw the shake dry jacket in the back pocket and take it just in case. So we have those pieces, right? And that's like the perfect outfit building. Throw your base layer on underneath if you need to. But for me personally, the gloves and the overshoes are absolutely important to add as well. So for the gloves, I know you had already reported on the thermo split glove. That thing's amazing. My husband took him for a spin the other day, who is a longtime lobster lover when it comes to gloves. And he just said, they actually work. So amazing when you combine windstopper technology, Gore-Tex Infinium, add some thermo to it, and then the functionality of having a split glove. We built the perfect thing to battle the cold fingers. And honestly, if there's any safety hazard we have outside of reflectivity, it's being able to brake on the bike. And you need fingers that work. So the thermo glove is one with a split that I would say absolutely, bar none, super important. And then finally, when it comes to overshoes, we have a few different options, and we're continuing to improve our overshoes in the next seasons to come. But currently, the C5 Windstopper thermo overshoes that you had already reported on, fantastic. And then we have the insulated version. I have those here. Yeah, they look like they're going to Shaquille O'Neal and bounce right into space, right? But we have a great Windstopper outer shell on the outside. So if wind can't come in, you don't have a wind chill. So that's battling the elements, number one. Also, the Windstopper is water repellent. So any splash, we're good to go. But then, you can probably even hear it, we have a Primaloft filling inside. So this is like wearing a comforter around your foot, but still super lightweight and all of the repellency that you need. What I do love about these as well is you can actually wear these with any type of shoes. So it's not just specific for like a road shoe. You could just pull these on even over boots or something else for that extra protection. So really, really great. I would say head to toe, that would be my elevator pitch of exactly what you would need to tackle the elements, and no excuses to stay inside.
That is excellent. So how much insulation is in the thermal booty?
How much insulation? So
Yeah.
it's the silver insulation, I know, but I don't have the actual specs.
Because I'm used to I wear boots with 400, and I know a lot of other boots have 200 grams. Sorry to give you a
No,
slow pitch
I
there.
know it's less than 400. I
Yeah.
actually looked at this earlier. I have the other one, which is 133.
Because I've been wearing the other ones, and if you want to extend your regular mountain bike shoe through this collar season, uh, it totally works.
Yeah,
I wear size 13s. They make my feet look quite lovely.
I bet. Excuse.
They look like big Herman Munster shoes, but they work
Yeah,
perfectly. I mean,
yeah.
and I'm still with we're gonna have a La Nina year, so we're gonna have a lot of that. Not a lot of snow, even up north here, supposedly. So the collar season is going to extend well into the winter, and I really have enjoyed wearing those lobster gloves. I've been using them quite a bit. So it's always head, hands, and feet that are the key to, for me at least, staying warm. Uh, One of the things that I just want to mention is the bib straps on the Gore wear are the most comfortable bib straps ever.
Yes. I
Well,
feel like the evolution of bib straps amongst all brands has gotten so much better over the past few years, but yeah, definitely love them.
well, right on. Well, thanks for coming and showing us Gore wear's wear, and for finally demystifying Infinium and beyond.
Exactly. And if you can't keep it all in mind, if you go to our website and you want to learn more about, we actually have all of our technologies broken down, so you can really dive deep if you want to know, like, how big is a pore in Gore-Tex, for example, and what does it do. So yeah, we're a team of engineers that happen to make some kick-ass clothing.
All right. Well, since you're in Germany, I'll say Auf Wiedersehen.
Ah, vielen Dank. All right,
Thanks for
thank
being
you
with
so
us.
much. All right, see you guys.